Food insecurity is a definition that was developed by the federal government to determine people and households that are having to make decisions between their basic expenses, such as rent and food or medications and food. Households that are in that type of situation typically are having to meet some of these fixed expenses, such as rent, because if you don't pay your rent, you'll be out in the street. We've seen the increase in rents having a really significant impact on people seeking food assistance. Typically with the type of economic cycle we're in, where unemployment has dropped down to about 5%. At the height of the recession here in Los Angeles County, the unemployment rate was approaching 12%. So, we've seen a huge improvement in terms of job creation and more jobs out there. And typically, from a food bank standpoint, when we see that type of economic improvement, we'd see the demand for food assistance decrease, because now more people are working. I mean, your average person, they want to be self-sufficient. They don't want to have to go to a food pantry or ask anyone for help, or look at the CalFresh program or anything else. So that's typically what occurs with an economic recovery, but not this one. So in California, we have a little over than 12% of the population who are experiencing food insecurity. Doesn't necessarily mean they're going hungry every day. There are some people in that number that are struggling with hunger every day. For some, they may be short, a day or 3-4 days a month, where they just have the shortfall of not having enough money to buy food for themselves and for their family members. So that translates into nearly 5 million Californians, and nearly 2 million of those are children. It's worrisome that we have food insecurity at any level, impacting anyone in California, but it's especially concerning for children because they're developing physically, psychologically, intellectually, and not having proper nutrition can lead to some significant developmental issues. And as we talk with our food bank neighbors in other high cost of living areas like the Bay Area in California, they're seeing the same thing, that even though more and more people who are seeking food assistance are working, because of the rent increases, they're and for some in a situation that kind of is even worse than they were a few years ago because of the increase in rent. And we're seeing it here, especially in Los Angeles, throughout Los Angeles, of the increase in homelessness. I wish I could say, boy, with the improved economy, food insecurity, things are getting better, and we're seeing a real reduction in people seeking food assistance. But that's not how things are working right now, or maybe not working, with regards to the economy, and especially in a place like LA and the Bay Area, the housing cost is a huge driver, and unfortunately, doesn't look like it's going to be improving anytime soon. That's the other worrisome part of this.